Hello there, I'm Alan. Today we're drinking a kind of a special moment tea. So this is going to be my last May leaf tea that I bought before I learned of any other vendors online. So it's kind of marking or more documenting a turning point, basically. But so today I'm drinking their Imperial Green Longjing, so Dragonwell. Which is picked pre-Qing Ming. Now I bought this in 2018, so this was picked on March 19th, 2018. And their Dragonwell. So, anyway, the leaf to water ratio is 3.5 grams per 100 mil, so I've weighed out 7 grams. And the leaf is very flat. So I guess one of the things that differentiates this from a Japanese green, so like the Gyokuros, is that instead of steaming it for the kill green process, they toast it on a pan. And so the toasting is flattening it out, and that's where you get kind of this yellow, this yellowing as well, because it's getting toasted. So when you smell it, there's just, and it's dry, it's cold and dry right now. So it's just kind of a hint of toastiness. So let's get this all in here. I've got 7 grams. It's kind of tricky to get it all in. Pick up the straggler leaves. And the temperature is 80 degrees. Yep. Okay. And it's a pretty quick steep, so I'll get everything ready here. Okay. Oh, and kind of texture-wise, it's also like dusty, powdery, and part of that is because there's buds, and so you've got the bud fur that's in it, in addition to it being toasted and kind of, I wouldn't say broken up, but you'll get powder coming out of that. So, all right, so 80 degrees, we're doing the first steep for 15 seconds, so it's gonna be pretty quick. Now, I hear this is pretty common to do, or is a good one to do grandpa style, which I've never tried before, so maybe eventually I'll do a video like that. But we'll just keep doing it this way for now. All right, so let's smell the wet leaf. Okay, what am I getting? I'm getting some toastiness, of course, but there's also steamed vegetables. I wouldn't say it's spinach, though. More like steamed broccolis. Or maybe steamed peas? I almost want to say carrots as well. So, kind of a sweet, carroty pea note. All right, the broth is, while there's floaties, it's not cloudy, so it's a pretty transparent liquor, but then you have the buds that are floating in there. It's very pale color for this first steep at least. And let's kind of keep the heat in a little bit. All right. Cheers. Okay. It's very light, partly because it's the style of tea, partly because it's the first steep. The mouthfeel, how do I describe? Syrupy, maybe? Like, it has this coating effect. So a little bit syrupy. Taste. There's some toastiness, some Not really picking up nuts yet. All in all, mostly just a light toasted note. I can tell it's a green tea, but I'm not getting any like steamed vegetables or anything yet out of it. The dry cup, not too much yet. So mostly just kind of an intro as it's kind of waking up still. So we're gonna go on to steep 2, and they recommend just increasing 3 seconds. So we're gonna do this one for 18. Same temperature, 80 degrees. While it kind of wakes up and absorbs some of that water, I imagine the second and third steeps will get more flavor. It's been a while since I've had this one, so like I bought this in 2018, so last year. Okay. More toast, which is interesting. So more toast, less steamed or even sauteed vegetables. There is a slight algae note I'm picking up, but very slight. Let's keep this hot. Still nice and transparent, even given the fact that there's the bud fur, still floating around in there. All right, steep 2. Cheers. Brighter. So yeah, it's starting to wake up. Still really, I almost want to say slimy. Like the syrupy, thick, slimy coating. Very pleasant though. Let's see, what am I not getting? I'm not getting any bitterness. No sour, no astringency, no tartness. Slight mouth dryness, but not too much. So maybe what I'm feeling because of its syrupy thickness is it's just that thick, almost mucousy, very thick coating mouthfeel. Not too much on the aroma still. I like it. There's not a whole lot that stands out that is hitting me in the face with anything. The texture is, if anything, what stands out the most beyond any aromas or flavors. So this is going to be steep 3. This can go about 5. So we'll do all of them, especially since they're quick steeps. We'll go ahead and do all of them on this video. So we're going to add another 3 seconds. So 21 seconds for this. Price-wise is not too bad, at least for what I've been buying. I'm recognizing I'm buying expensive shit right now. So it's 40 cents a gram. Which is $11.34 an ounce. So this particular session, 200 mils, is $2.80. So not too bad. Although as I'm watching and seeing some stuff where it's like, yeah, this is a 3 cents a gram tea, I'm like, fuck that. I have not been drinking stuff that affordable, and maybe I should be. The aroma's dissipating, so there's less toast. There's like this sour note coming out. Less toast, less vegetable, and little sourness coming out on this third one. That color still consistent. Still some furry buds in there. Some fur from the buds. All right. So part of the lightness is it's pre-Qing Ming, that like the very, very first early picking tea. But cheers. Still very thick. It's also a very low leaf to water ratio. Maybe part of that is why it seems so light to me. But given how thick it is, I don't know if I'd want more leaf and it becoming almost like okra. I don't want an okra thickness. Just very light, very pleasant. The fact that there's no bitterness or harshness. This is the third steep, and I'm not getting any fishiness. The toasted notes seem to have mellowed out. Still trying to pick up if I'm getting any nuts. If there's nuts, it's more raw nuts, even though this is a toasted leaf. It's just very mild. Maybe, not quite almonds. It's just very mild. If creaminess was a mouthfeel, it's very creamy, very thick, very luscious. Well, let's do steep 4. And I want to say that even when I had first had this, probably, well, I had this with my little tea group, but this might have been the first tea we did. But it's almost like it's this underwhelming thing for me. Maybe because I was used to things that were kind of more in your face. So it's delicate. Okay, we're at 23 seconds, so let's pour that. One day I'll get used to judging this because it drips a little bit. Now what I am noticing, there's this evaporative after effect happening. Not quite minty, but it's cooling. But I wouldn't even come close to calling it a minty cooling, but it is cooling. The toast is back, which is interesting. And it's definitely smelling cooked. Maybe stewed. Starting to get over sauteed. Still good color as far as it maintaining it through each steeps. I'm trying to see it. Maybe it's the reflection of something, but there is some amber kind of hinting through. Very light amber though. Don't think I've mentioned some of the other stats, so let's do that real fast. The Cultivar is this number 43 Longjing bush. So I guess as they're picking their plants and doing their different cultivars, this one's number 43. It's gonna take a while. Part of this education is learning how to say these names, but it's from Xinchang, Zhejiang, China. Oh, I've butchered that. Xinchang, Xinjiang, China. About 600 meters in elevation, so not too high. Well, my elevation is between 13 and 1400, so it's about half as high as I am. Anyway, cheers. Steep 4. Yeah, as I'm looking down in this, there's more brown coming out. Amazingly, it still feels thick. there is, as I'm inhaling through my mouth, some activity. So I wouldn't call it buzzing. Maybe tingling. Maybe it's more just that evaporative effect happening that I'm picking up. But there is some activity on my tongue. Nothing that I would call astringency. It's not tart. It's not cotton-mouthy. Still no bitterness. All right, so let's do one last steep. Let's do 30 seconds. Fuck it, let's do 45, just because it's so, dare I say, bland, compared to what I've been used to, at least. Woo. Use up all of it, and it's perfect. It's right up to the throat. So kind of let that pot steam out. Just go crazy on this last one, do 45 seconds. And then we'll have the encore. Looking at it in the pot, it's kind of reminding me of the white leaf, the bud. Okay. Just in the color there. Still some toasted aroma coming out. At least more on the lid. Interesting. Yeah, more toasted notes on the lid compared to smelling right out of the pot. Still consistent color in there. Still some buds floating around, or furs. Alrighty. Cheers. Even with 45 seconds, it is bringing out more of the bright, I want to say astringent, but it's not sour. Still very thick. No bitterness. I'm trying to look for some bitterness. I'm not getting any bitter. Pleasantly thick. Light steamed vegetable, very light, like maybe just hints of the broccoli stems, maybe. But that's not accurate because there's no bitterness in it. All right, so let's have the encore. Let's see what all of them blended together bring out. So it is get drippy, hence why you got a tea towel. Yeah, a lot of, some amber, definite orange, brown coming out into that. All right, cheers. Very, I want to say luscious in the mouthfeel. Very thick and luscious. I'm getting the toast. I want to say it's probably toasted seeds, if anything. Maybe unsalted sunflower seeds. Yeah, probably unsalted sunflower seeds. Very nice. And with that, that kind of documents kind of a pre-turning point. So after Tivana, I found Mayleaf. I bought 5 or 6 different teas, and then from there, about end of August, so it's November now, so just a few months ago is when I discovered some blogs and the other vendors that exist. So then I kind of started in September deciding, all right, let's document this. So this kind of marks that before I learned of anything else of this big gigantic world of tea. Kind of documents all of those. So anyway, thank you for joining me. This was very pleasant, even if I dare say under flavored, but it's because of the style of tea. Compared to like these super earthy pu'ers or these super umami gyokuros, this is just a very well balanced, very light, very delicate, luscious mouthfeel though. Very nice tea. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.